Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back to our channel Leather and Willow with Dr. Sid and me, Aashrit. Today we're getting into the last team of the 20 where we're doing the analysis of all the teams for this season. And no guesses, we're going to be looking at the Chennai Super Kings today. It's been a team that's been talked about in media all the time now. And we're doing this with all the information we have currently and without wasting any time, because this might get a couple of minutes longer than we normally do because there's so much information to be processed. We'll cut straight to the chase here. So welcome on the show, Sid. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to start on a different note today.
Yes.
Rather than the strengths, can you start with the weaknesses of the Chennai Super Kings for me?
Okay. Are you not going to show the squad? Because we usually show the squad, right?
Okay, I can do that first. I mean, a lot of people do know the Chennai Super Kings squad. There are big names, but you don't know how many of them are going to be there this season, how many of them are not going to be there this season. As you can see, you have the star named Dhoni. Raina, you don't know if he's there or he's not there. Currently, he's not there, but you don't know what's going to happen. You have Bravo, Harbhajan, Raidu, Watson, Jadhav, Jadeja, Chahar, Deepak Chahar, Ruturaj Gaikwad and Deepak Chahar have been tested positive. You have and Faf who've come in now. You have Sam Curran and Mitchell Santner as well. So coming back to the question, what are the weaknesses of the Chennai Super Kings this season?
Well, Chennai Super Kings have only 2 foreign batsmen. So if someone should have a dip in form, they don't have any foreign batsmen in their bench. But of course, we know that it is a given that Dhoni is likely to give a long rope to everyone anyway. So my first point is that they don't have any replacements for their foreign batsmen, that is Shane Watson and Faf du Plessis. The second one is that, again, very few options in the bench. Should someone like, say, Kedar Jadhav not last the series, what happens? Because we know that, in the past, Kedar Jadhav has fallen away mid-season because of some injury or the other. So if any of their core players should run into trouble, given the volatile situation, whether it is the COVID or whether it is the bio bubble or even any hamstring or anything of that sort, the guys who are there in the bench, they don't have to. Their bench strength is a little weak, and that I think are their major weaknesses.
Is that it?
Yeah.
What about the absence of Suresh Raina from the team this time? I think that's going to be a big blow for CSK, right? Isn't that a weakness for the team?
There are 2 ways to look at it, Aashrit. Looking at it that, oh my God, no Suresh Raina in CSK. I mean, come, let's accept the fact that at some point of time there's going to be no Dhoni in CSK too. But coming back to the point about Suresh Raina itself, again, there are 2 perspectives to it. One is that it's a big blow. Yeah, definitely a big blow when you look at the fact that CSK usually has a strong core, which, there are a set of good 6-7 players who are always going to play for them in every playing 11. But the other perspective is Suresh Raina really a missing asset or is he a missed liability? Because I just pulled up some stats and I saw that his last competitive cricket match was the finals of the 2019 IPL. And let that just sink in, because Mahendra Singh Dhoni has played cricket after that. So Suresh Raina has not played cricket since May 2019. And in the last 10 games that he played, he was blow hot, blow cold. He has 3 scores of 50 leading up to the finals in the last 10 games. But in the other 7 innings, he scored 37 runs only. So that's not anything to talk about, right? For someone who is his last 10 matches have yielded only these many runs. And after that, you see that he's not played any cricket. And he has had a major knee surgery in the month of September, October, which he's recovered from. Definitely, he would have taken the field, no doubt about that. But one of Raina's USP's stronger points is his fielding. And we don't know if he would have had the same kind of enthusiasm to dive around and things like that after a knee surgery, which he went through. So, there is another side to the fact that Raina is missing. Is he missing? Is CSK missing him or is he missing CSK? So I therefore wouldn't want to include Raina as one of the weaknesses, or missing Raina as one of the weaknesses.
That is another way to look at things actually. Then what are the strengths of the Chennai Super Kings this year?
Like we have discussed with many teams in the past, we know that UAE is likely to support spin. And if spin is king, well, the CSK has a whole army of kings, right? Because they can literally play like 6-7 spinners, different kinds of spinners with different strengths. and those many spinners they have in their ranks. So definitely the fact that they have a lot of spin options is a big strength for CSK. And MSG can play without any sword hanging overhead. He's got absolutely nothing to gain, nothing to lose. He's not looking to prove that he needs to be in the India T20 squad for the World Cup that was scheduled to be in October, right? So that kind of an MSD with no pressure, with no, of course, there will be people who will criticize MSD saying he should have retired even from IPL, but then he wants to play for the fun of it. And that kind of an MSD we have not seen in a long time. And I believe that can be dangerous. So I think that my guess is in the absence of Suresh Raina at number 3, I think Raidu will play at number 4 and MSD will bump himself up to, Raidu will play at number 3 and MSD will play at number 4. This is my guess. He has played 61 matches at number 4 and he averages 37 for CSK. And he has played 64 matches at number 5 and he averages 50. So whether he plays number 4 or number 5, his numbers are looking very good. I think he can go up the order, let the others play around him because there's a lot of batting firepower to come after MSD. They have Bravo, Jadeja, and they have Kedar Jadhav. So he can express himself in many ways, and I think that is one of their strengths.
Of course, everybody's looking forward to watch MSD play. Myself. Anyway, that's looking at the strengths and weaknesses. And there's an old joke that CSK is an old team, and among these group of old people, who is oldest among the oldest here?
Imran Tahir is the oldest player in the squad, and on the other end of the spectrum, we have Sam Curran, who's only 20 years of age. Of course, we know that there are talks. I have mentioned in one of our earlier episodes that the oldest team in the IPL is not CSK. That honor goes to KKR. But if rumors are to be believed, and if CSK is going to sign up Yusuf Pathan, then we're going to take back the mantle as the oldest team in the IPL. So Imran Tahir and Sam Curran are
I don't know if
the two ends. Yes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Only time will tell. Coming to the other side as well, who is one domestic player that we should watch out for in donning the yellow this year?
They signed up Sai Kishore, a left-arm spinner, a tall, lanky left-arm spinner from Tamil Nadu. But I'm not sure how much he will play because, like I said, they have a surplus number of spinners. And we know that Jadeja, again, another left-arm spinner, is definitely going to take the field. And Mitchell Santner has been doing good himself in the CPL, and he's also a left-arm spinner. And the advantage that Jadeja and Santner give you are their fielding skills as well as their batting skills, which will obviously they will pip Sai Kishore. But the domestic star, Sai Kishore, he impressed one and all in the TNPL, the domestic 2020 league in Tamil Nadu. And he has been playing very well for Tamil Nadu as well.
Okay. And who is the aged horse in the team of old people, actually?
We usually say aged horse, but I think in the case of the CSK camp, we should say they have a whole stable of aged horses. And the first one would be Murli Vijay. Then I would have to name Shane Watson.
Yeah, if I can interrupt you here, sorry. Sorry, you just spoke about Murli Vijay. Yeah. When you spoke about the top order, why doesn't Murli Vijay ever figure as...
Because he's largely played as the opener for any team that he has played. And he's not... So obviously, I don't think Chennai will want to tinker with that combination of Watson and Faf. And secondly, Murli Vijay has also not had a great recent run in T20 cricket. In the domestic T20 trophy side, Mushtaq Ali Trophy in November, he scored about 120 odd runs in 6 innings. And he was shuffled down the order. He did play in the middle order as well. So I don't think there's place for him there. I think they will go with Raidu at number 3.
Okay. And continue with the stable of aged horses.
Yeah, so Murli Vijay, Shane Watson, Dwayne Bravo, and Harbhajan Singh. Those are the top aged horses for me. It's tough to pick one, so
okay,
I had to name a whole lot of them.
And your wildcard pick for this year?
My wildcard pick for this year is going to be Ravindra Jadeja because of the kind of wickets and definitely his fielding. And he is going to be a handy lower order batsman for CSK. So I will go with Ravindra Jadeja.
Okay, and with the last 3 questions before we wind up, who are going to be the drinks boys for this season?
CSK is going to have a very interesting drinks boy. I think he's going to be the most experienced drinks boy. And he's also the most successful drinks boy because he has won multiple IPL trophies. He's been part of multiple winning teams. I'm going to go with Karan Sharma for the drinks boy because CSK already has Imran Tahir, and if they don't play Tahir, they have Piyush Chawla, and definitely Karan Sharma is not as good a hitter, late order hitter as Piyush Chawla is. So he is going to Piyush Chawla is going to play for me over Karan Sharma, and with other spinners already in the team, I don't think they're going to play both Piyush Chawla as well as Karan Sharma.
Okay, Karan Sharma is a more known name as such. Is there any player that is unknown, unseen in the CSK squad?
Yeah, there is one Monu Kumar who has been in the squad for quite some time, but he has never really got a chance. There is another guy, Ruturaj Gaikwad, like you mentioned, he's the other player who was tested positive. But the inside news from the camp is that both of them are asymptomatic and both of them are doing well, and that they are very, very likely to be a part of the first game itself. And I think Ruturaj Gaikwad could be that Indian batsman who will fill in the place of Suresh Raina in terms of playing in the 11, not in the position, but I think he might play somewhere in the middle of it.
That's very interesting. Let's see what goes on. Only MST can ever figure out what to do with that team. Coming to the second last question of the day, who is going to be the player who's going to have the maximum impact in the IPL 2020 for Chennai Super Kings? I think I already have a guess though.
Yeah, I mean, we know that there are very few options to choose from, but I'm going to go with MSD because I think this moment of uncertainty over the CSK camp, the cloud that hangs over them, and the fact that no Raina in CSK, it's a big question on everybody's face, and what can MSD do and so on. He's, of course, unflustered by all of this, and that's what N. Srinivasan sir has also said in one of his interviews. I think MSD as a leader, he's going to have this is a moment for it to rise up, and he's going to have so MSD as a leader, he can have a great impact at this point of time. And if he bumps himself up to 4, I think he can make a lot of impact on the team and on the batting order itself. Because, if MSD comes up, you obviously get your better bowlers to bowl at him. So that would leave probably some lesser experienced bowlers to bowl later on when some of the other batsmen are playing. So he could. The opponent captains are going to run into a tizzy if they see MSD come in at 4. So I think he can have a lot of impact if he comes up at 4. And as a captain, as a leader of the squad, I think it's a great moment for him.
That's very interesting. Everybody, as I said before, everybody is waiting for Dhoni to come and take. Last question before we wind up, we're running short of time as well. Like we promised, we'll keep it short. The last question, from what you've said, I understand that 3 foreigners are already fixed in the 11. That is Shane Watson and Faf du Plessis to open, and you have Dwayne Bravo. But who is going to be your 4th foreigner who's going to play for CSK?
Well, one school of thought is that it should be Imran Tahir because of the nature of the wickets in UAE. But because they already have an Indian spinner in Piyush Chawla, who can also be a handy bat, I would go with Sam Curran because Sam Curran is, firstly, he's probably the youngest. He is the youngest pair of legs in the ground for CSK. So you need someone young to run around. Secondly, he's a handy batsman, a good all-rounder. So Dhoni likes to, throw a wild card like this, send someone up the order. He's done that with so many players. He's asked Ashwin to open for us. He's had Deepak Chahar to go up the order. So I think that Sam Curran could be the 4th guy. And the fact that he's a left-arm bowler adds that variety to the bowling attack because you'll already have 2 Indian medium bowlers apart from Sam Curran who can give the left-arm angle. So I would go with Sam Curran over Imran Tahir.
I think I take your view on that as well because, MSD likes the left-arm pacer to be there. He's used the likes of Dirk Nannes, Doug Bollinger, and even Ashish Nehra as CSK under MSD. So if you get in Sam Curran here, you have a left-arm pacer, a right-arm medium, 2 right-arm medium bowlers. You have Dwayne Bravo, you have a right-arm off-spinner and a right-arm wrist spinner. You have a left-arm off-spinner as well. So it's going to be a whole kitty that Dhoni has to use.
Yes.
Anyway, it's been a wonderful episode. So much for joining me, and this whole series has been a lot of fun. Thanks for coming up with a wonderful idea.
And I want to thank Varun as well because ever since he saw the videos, he volunteered to come up and join us with the editing side of things. He's done a great job. He's definitely taken the quality of our videos to the next level. So a good shout out to him. Thank you, Varun. Thank you so much for volunteering to join us. And thank you, Aashrit, because it's one thing to have ideas. It's another thing to have someone who shares the same enthusiasm and gives the same amount of time towards execution of the idea. So I have to thank you for that, because I don't think I could have pulled this off alone for sure.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful. Thanks, Varun,
But of
as well.
course,
We hope to continue this.
Yeah, we should tell our viewers that we're hoping to continue this through the IPL and after as well, because we want to bring to you the different aspects of the game and different aspects of Indian cricket, especially, which very interesting historical aspects and players whom you might not have heard of at all. In fact, that's exactly what is going to probably be our next episode. I'm not going to reveal all of it, Aashrit, so let's just leave it hanging there.
Sure. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And our recording stopped, my dear.
Yeah.